Hello. The purpose of this video is to help illustrate what's going on at rows 5 and 6, rounds 5 and 6 of the head pattern for the Sackboy. And that's the part that we do to get that flat top so that his head's not just like a ball. And there's been a lot of questions. I've tried to explain it as in depth as I can, but I think what it boils down to is words are just not cutting it because I'm still getting quite a few questions. So I'm gonna do a video and hopefully that'll help. So this is the disc, which is going to be the top of his head. So this is all the way up to and inclusive of round 4, and we have 31 stitches around. So now to do round 5, and round 5 calls for 31 slip stitches around, and how we do that is we put our hook through the stitch like we were going to do a single crochet, yarn over, pull through, and then instead of yarning over and pulling through both, you pull the second loop on your hook through the first one, and that's 2 slip stitches there. So now my third, and we're just going to keep going until we've done that all the way around. And you can really see a difference between how the single crochet stitches and the slip stitches look, because the slip stitches really just kind of sit on top, and anytime I find something needs like a base to it, like a flat, and then it gets dimensional, I find that doing a row of slip stitches all the way around gives it that definition so that it looks more like a cylinder and less like a cone or a sausage. You do want to be a little bit careful when you're doing your slip stitches not to pull them too tight. You want them to look like that, but you don't want to pull like super tight, because what you can do is you can actually pucker up stitches from the previous row. I think that one's split. You can sometimes end up puckering up stitches from the previous row unintentionally. So we just keep going, and we do our slip stitches all the way around. And this technique is also used at the bottom of his foot, but it's the same principle. So this is just to kind of show. Now you can see how here we've got the last few remaining single crochet stitches from the previous row, and then we've got our slip stitches starting around there. It's actually probably not the best yarn for this because it tends to split on me. That's alright though. Alright, so we are on to second to last slip stitch, and you can see there's that kind of part there where it jogs over. So that's where that was our last single crochet stitch. This was our first slip stitch. So I'm just going to go through that one once just to make it look a little bit tidy. Alright, So this is the part that's causing a lot of people grief. So we've got this nice little disc with our slip stitches all the way around, and what the instructions say is chain 1, then hook through the front loop of the first single crochet stitch from round 4. So I don't want you to work in your slip stitches that you just did. They're going to act as a reinforcing kind of border. What I want you to do is, if you look carefully, like here, you've got your slip stitches, and then here, you see that little row of V's? Those are your single crochets from round 4. So what I want you to do is, after your last slip stitch, chain 1. Okay, and now you're going to look at, on the wrong side of your piece, you're trying to find the front loop of the single crochet stitches from your previous row. So let me just grab a needle so I can show you. I suppose I should have had that out already. Alright, so here's our little sandwiched line of V's, which is our single crochet stitches from the previous row. There is our slip stitches that we just did, and where we want to hook through is right in here. So on the first V, the back loop, or sorry, the front loop. So the loop that faces towards the wrong side, the loop, outermost loop. So that's this guy right here. So you've already chained 1, now you're hooking into the front loop of your first single crochet stitch from round 4, and you're going to do 1 single crochet. And now for the next one, so that's this little V here, we're going into that loop there, 1 single crochet. And you just keep doing that all the way around. Always the outermost loop to the wrong side of the fabric. So this little V here is your next stitch. So we go through here and we do 1 single crochet, and you keep going around in that manner. And what that's going to do is that's going to create, and you can kind of start to see it already, you've got a flat top and then a row of single crochet stitches. And once you come all the way around your disc, here you'll crochet, single crochet into this first single crochet stitch that you did and start working in a spiral again. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you that flat top, your line of single crochet stitches, and then the fabric moving down like that. And that's how that line, that row works. It's kind of confusing, but once you understand it, it's a really good technique for building shapes that need to have like a flat portion. And if your head turns out really bubbly shaped, really dome shaped, you can even put a little cardboard, a little disc of cardboard on the inside here just to keep that nice flat shape. And so that's going to be the side of his head.